All right, let's quickly. This is really quickly. Any thoughts on the Celtics? Heat so far. I'll be the first to admit it. I had the Celtics taking care of business, but obviously I should never thought that. Bro, what's going on? Who has Chris? I know Chris. We talked about it. We talked about the Celtics kind of like having a huge advantage. What's going on, man? Like, where are the Heat taking advantage
of? I don't really know who to, if I should blame the Celtics or give Miami the credit, but like in the second half, they really just start nutting up, bro. Like even like their shot selection, they get into these modes where it's just bad shots. And I know they live off people creating ISO and things of that nature, but goddamn, that shit gets irritating when I see close game and Jason Tatum does a fucking in and out step back.
Bro, they won the last game. Why are we so critical of the Celtics, right?
We talking about the series, Dre.
I'm talking about the previous game. I think with them winning the last game, I think Gordon Hayward was huge.
Yeah.
So I think that's.
I mean, he's 17 points per game. I'm gonna stop cutting you off the
Hey, you got something to say? Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, go ahead. What's going on? You think this is nothing to worry?
I feel like overreact. Yeah. This a violin funeral for like, bro. They won the last game and they won it pretty handily as well. Like they inserted another fringe all-star, 17 points per game, who plays very decent perimeter defense. It's probably not even in game shape yet. Like they'll be fine. It's gonna be a dogfight. It was already a dogfight. Like a couple turnovers going either way, and the Celtics got another game and they up 2-1. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, relax for a minute. I think it's
more so that like they had leads, like the leads that they had, and they just gave them.
They don't have they're a young team. They don't really have a closer. Like, is Marcus Smart your closer? Because he keeps shooting shots like he is.
They're not really a young team. So. They have two young players.
They are.
Who are I'm saying
their best players. Who are their best players?
No, I get that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are really good, but I would argue Marcus Smart has been their most important player in this playoffs. Huh?
Who are their best players?
No. Okay, the best players are Kemba Walker and Jason Tatum. Kemba Walker's better than Jaylen Brown.
It's Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Nah, bro. Kemba Walker was literally leading them in that Raptors series.
I don't know.
Who are their best players?
Wait, what?
I'm going to ask you this one more time.
Yeah,
No, let me get shot. Who are their best players, Sean? Because I want to hear them say it. Who are their best players?
Best player is Jason Tatum, A. And the second best player is definitely Kemba Walker.
No, it's 2A, 2B, bro. Because Jaylen Brown's a two-way player.
He's a two-way player for sure. But I'm saying at the end of the game, all right, in the Celtics versus Raptors series, at the end of the game, who are they going to? Kemba Walker.
Give me one second.
Were they not?
And in the Sixers series.
And then they go to Lou Williams. Clippers. Is he their best player? All right, cool.
Kemba Walker is not Lou Williams, though.
What are the two best players on the Celtics, bro? Just your personal opinion. Who are the two best players on the Celtics?
So you ask me?
I am asking you.
Oh, it's Jason Tatum 1, then 2A, 2B. Kemba, Jaylen Brown, yeah. Probably, I mean.
Okay, you didn't answer any of my questions. Thank you for giving me a pass.
I give Jaylen Brown the edge. But, like, Kemba's definitely, I mean, it's close.
It is close. I'm not saying it's a wash, but, Chris, who are the best players on the
Celtics? Jason Tatum. Since I have to pick one, I'll say Kemba Walker.
I think here's the thing, Dre. If I take one player overall, I'm taking Jaylen Brown for a two-way. One time I'm literally on offense. They run their offense more through Kemba Walker than they do Jaylen Brown.
He's an offensive juggernaut, of course. I'm just saying, if you're talking about the best players, I'm talking about overall. I'm not talking about if you're talking about offense, you're talking about the last guy.
But here's my thing.
Kemba's a better scorer and a player.
We just saying the two best players.
Is a defensive guy.
Kemba Walker is more important to their team than Jaylen Brown at times. A lot of times.
I was about to say, I don't know.
You're doing X factors. I'm talking about the two best players.
Man, imagine if they didn't have Jaylen Brown to guard Pascal now.
I get that, but y'all like Kemba Walker wasn't averaging like 25 points a game last year. He's averaging like 20 this year because he's other guys.
I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying the two best players are Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
I think he's taking a step back, though, athletically. His knee coming off that knee injury.
I don't know. We're getting in the weeds here. All right. At the end of the day, man, is there anything that we should be worried about from the fact that the Celtics call up leads like this? Or is it like Dre says, it's just a young team? I'll go to you, Christian.
No, Drake got a point. It's still so early in the series, but I mean, I feel like pretty much everyone knew that the Celtics was going to win Game 3, man. I mean, it was a must-win for them. If the Celtics didn't win Game 3, then the series was over.
Lights out. Yeah, it was over with.
Yeah, so I mean, it was a must-win. They played hard. Gordon Hayward came back. I know he played about like 30-odd minutes or so. I wouldn't say he was that too big of an impact of the game, but the Celtics, they had the offense. They had the playmakers. Last game, they won comfortably. They won by double-digit points. Tatum, Brown, Smart, and Kemba. Each of them had 20-plus points. You know, that's tough. You're not, you know, you can't control that. So, you know, like I said, Dre has a point. Like, if they're all meshing on offense, they doing their job, you know, they scoring offensively, they're making their shots, then it's going to be really tough on Miami to, you know, to beat them. The first two games, I think what happened was Miami, I mean, they did come with the energy. I know our last pod I talked about, like, fatigue and everything. I don't think that was a factor, but you can tell, like, I feel like the Heat brought more energy than what Boston did, you know, in those first two games. I'm not – we're going to see, man. I would say a bold prediction and say that whoever wins Game 4, I think will win the series, but I'm not going to say that just because bubble basketball, we don't know, man. We've been having incredible games. But Miami, they necessarily didn't play bad last game. Even the last pod when I mentioned with Miami is a very versatile and balanced team. This past game, 2 days yesterday, Bam was the leading scorer. He had 27. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know who's going to come in and be that leading scorer for Miami. Jimmy Butler, you know, he has 17, but Jimmy Butler is what really carries that team, man. You know, and they even showed last series and it showed in the first two games of this series as well. But nah, I mean, you know, Dre made a good point, man. Celtics, if they knocking their shots down like they did last game, hey, they mess around, win next game, make it 2-2, and then now the series back 0-0. So, hey, it's 2 more games. So, I don't know. We're going to see, man. This series is going to be tough. I think I predicted that it was going to go I think I predicted that it was going to go 7, I believe, last week.
No, you did not. It was me, you, and Chris on the 5. But we all said the Celtics in
7.
We said Celtics in 5. All 3 of us did.
You know, Celtics in 5. All right, I probably said 6. I did not say Celtics 5 because I even told you I was like, the Celtics, I expect them to win, but I said I don't really know about this series.
You didn't, dude.
Oh, wait, no, he's right. No, he's right. He is. Because I remember he was like, I don't know about this, and then I was like, no, I do. It's going to be over in 5.
Okay, yeah, you did. You did.
Both of y'all were like, oh, well, we know Celtics really should win this series.
Yeah, me and Chris did.
Yeah, I expected it to be I thought it was going to get handled.
Bro, I thought the Celtics was about to smack the Heat. Bro, here's the thing. I do feel like the Celtics are just one of these teams, bro, where they can beat themselves. They've shown it every single year. Like, they'll just have games, bro, they'll just fall off a cliff. And offense, they just get really turnover happy. I think it's Brad Stevens. I think it's time we start asking some questions about him. But that's just me. I don't know.
What about Stevens, though?
I think 2 things. I think Stevens really sucks when it comes to managing, like, egos and superstars. I don't think he's proven the ability to really, like, handle that at all. And then second of all, I don't think that Stevens, in terms of his offense, I don't think he really, like, has a system sometimes. I think he kind of just, like, lets the players figure it out. It comes, like, pecking orders and just getting the shots they need. Sometimes it's too equal opportunity over there. Like, I see guys doing stuff they shouldn't be allowed to do. Like, you need to pick who gets to do what. Like, I know Eric Spoelstra has said, like, Tyler Hero, the first couple months of the season, was not allowed to dribble the ball. Like, he had to earn that right. You know what I mean? Whereas on the Celtics, I see Grant Williams throwing up 3 threes or 3 possessions in a row. Then the Heat are back in the game. I'm like, all right, dude.
Now, be honest. Marcus Smart's light is way too green, even though he occasionally has good games.
He
has an ultimate green light, and he shouldn't.
His light is way too green.
Everybody has the green light, though. Everybody on the Celtics.
Yeah, like everyone on
especially.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm just like, bro, Jason Tatum, if you don't get the ball, bro, go get the ball. You know what I mean? Like, he'll be sitting over there in the corner and like, all right, dude. But that's just, hey, I don't know.
That comes with age.
I'm in the locker room.
Yeah, you said what?
That's because Marcus Smart be putting him in the locker room.
Yeah. Oh, God.
No, he's the coach,
Really?
bro.
You said what?
Marcus Smart is really the coach. Stevens is an
I don't know,
asshole.
bro. Like he had a whole temper tantrum after the. But anyway,
Nah,
well,
we'll see. I was gonna ask y'all if that was a problem. I don't think it's a problem. I think we can all say that.
he's just showing
But-
emotion. You have to lose no close games like that. But
Right.
why I picked the Heat is just simply because two things. One, you gotta be able to get a bucket. Two, you gotta be able to get a stop. And I feel like the best player on the Heat can get a bucket, and obviously we see that Bam can get the stop. You know what I'm saying? Like Jimmy Butler can go get a bucket, and you know he's an ISO. He can do it off the dribble. He can do it in a pick and roll, whatever he needs to do. You can guarantee him to go get a bucket. And on the other end, you can kind of count on him to get a stop. Now the thing is, like with Celtics, you can count on Kemba to get a bucket. You can't count on Kemba to get a stop. You know, or maybe Jalen Brown can get a bucket, but that ain't gonna his forte. But you can definitely count on him to get a stop. Like it's too iffy. Like second pecking order is off.
Tatum's defense has also been shaky too in terms of getting stops. I think
Yeah,
it's some kind of Tatum's defense has been pretty shaky too, bro.
Oh, for sure. That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's why I picked Miami because I do feel like they're a very evenly matched team. I feel like the thing that takes Miami over the top is one, their veteran experience of Jimmy Butler being a stabilizer, and he's a two-way player, so he can go get a bucket and get a stop. And Bam being the anchor and get a stop as well. Like the Celtics don't really have that. They just gotta go get a bucket and then hope that something happens. Because Marcus Smart can, like I said, get the stop. You shouldn't really count on him to get the bucket. So it's like their
He
thing
might.
off, and that's why I feel more comfortable with the Heat in those late game close situations than I do with the Celtics.
I'll say this though: if the Heat win, it'll be cool. It'll make my Giannis plans go right back on track. 10 years ago, LeBron lost to the Orlando Magic in the Eastern Conference semifinals, and they made it to the finals. So this year, you know, he lost to the Heat. They'll make it to the finals, and everything will be good.
There will be no correlation.
There's a lot of correlation.
There will be no correlation. It won't be the same.
Bro, leave Giannis out this conversation, bro. Until he's still in the playoffs, don't mention his name. All right, we're talking about teams in the playoffs, bro. You see, we're not talking about the Sixers right now. We're not talking about the Sixers. We're not talking about Giannis. All right, we're talking about actual NBA players in the playoffs.
Let's go.